they fight for freedom. Today, more than ever, we understand value of security. Security that allows nations to live without fear, and for prosperity that ensure dignity for every person. True security doesn't come from borders alone or for the weapons that guard them. It comes from shared values, from trust, and from unity. In these times, while war still rages in Ukraine, while we face threats and the turbulence of political change, it is normal to be afraid. The Bible tells us not to worry, but to place our trust in God. This very gathering is a testament to that trust. It shows that we have not abundant hope, nor have we surabundant fear. Nations that stand for trust, uphold their values, and stay united are stronger than any threat. Prosperity is more than wealth. It is justice, compassion, mutual support, and sense of shared responsibility. It is society where every person is respected and all are protected. Today, we are called not only to safeguard the identity of our nations, but also to encourage one another in service to the common good. Our unity is strength, our trust is foundation, and our faith is light. Let every decision we make and every commitment we take be guided not by fear, but by hope and wisdom. May our work here be blessed and be good for our nations. I invite you to pause for a moment of silence, each in your own faith or conviction, and pray for peace, justice, and unity. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Jesus Christ. Amen.
Thank you, Guna. Now I'd like to bring up with our welcome address, Tony Mazeika, our founder of Baltic-American Freedom League and our first president of Baltic-American Freedom League.
But before we start, I would ask everybody to rise as we do a pledge of allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Welcome to the Baltic-American 2025 National Life Conference in Los Angeles. I am Tony Mazeika, one of the original founders and organizers of the Baltic-American Freedom League back in 1981. Among the 1981 organizers here today are Danuta Mazeika, and in a remote location, Val Pavlovskis, who is with us in spirit at home. A few years later, Angela Nelsas was also within the group, and we welcome you and invite your participation in this conference today. This year, we are celebrating the 43rd anniversary of BAFL Active campaign supporting the special relationship between the United States and the Baltic nations. We also celebrate more than 20 years of active membership and participation in NATO. We worked closely with the Hannaford Company and its close association with the newly elected Ronald Reagan presidency back in 1980 and 1981. We were invited to historic meetings at the White House during the Ronald Reagan presidency. We also had a scheduled White House meeting advocating support for President Vytautas Landsbergis with President George H. Bush at his leadership staff April of 1990, during the period of time when Lithuania was struggling basically to reestablish its independence. Throughout the 1980s and 1990s, BAFL had continuing productive relations with the press, media, members of Congress, and the State Department. We continue to reinforce our relationships with Congress today. We participated actively in the 1984 Los Angeles Olympics. We protested Soviet occupation of the Baltic nations and successfully worked to ban the Soviets from the LA Games. This year, by scheduling coincidence, the World Olympics is returning to Los Angeles with participation of the Baltic athletes. It is important to note this year, 2025, the Baltic nations of Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania celebrate 103 years of unbroken diplomatic recognition by the United States. Our nations share common core values and cooperation. Today, May 3rd, is a critical and historical BAFL wake-up call dealing with the third year of Russia's illegal, brutal invasion of Ukraine. Well-defended Baltic nations are of vital interest to the United States and Europe. We hope that what will be discussed here today will produce meaningful, specific actions supporting victory for Ukraine and securing defense and security for Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania. Strongly noted, the Baltic nations are active members of NATO today. For more than 20 years, they have participated in joint military campaigns in Afghanistan, Iraq, and elsewhere. NATO members have specifically addressed the need for continued military and military supply support from the United States. Baltic-American Freedom League is committed to advocating for continued support. We do so through public education and effective advocacy. A unique developed BAFL online digital congressional access program is available universally to all of us throughout the 50 states, including Hawaii and Alaska. The call to action is crucial to reinforcing freedom and sovereignty. We are very, very fortunate to have this program, this digital program available. For those that use it, it's free, but you are able to contact, no matter where you live in the United States, to contact specifically your congressman and your US senator to support the defense of the Baltic nations. And we should all do so because we have families, we have friends, and we have many, many supporters throughout the United States, and especially in the Congress of the United States. Today, we ask your continued support to American staunch allies, Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania. Your name, address, and zip code, again, emailed anywhere in the 50 states, selects congressional and US representatives. We are most thankful and honored this morning to have with us prominent representatives of Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia who have journeyed here to share their experiences, current defense status of their nations, recommendations for immediate action, and how we as Americans can join support to reinforce and strengthen the independence of their nations. One second. So it is my honor to introduce our first speaker today, Giedrimas Jeglinskas, Chairman of the National Security and Defense Committee, Lithuania Parliament. He was the first Lithuanian national to be appointed to the West Point Military Academy in New York in 1999. Mr. Yaglinskas is a non-resident senior fellow at the Transatlantic Security Initiative in the Atlantic Council Skofroth Center for Strategy and Security, a member of the International Task Force on Ukraine Security and Euro-Atlantic Integration, and a member of the Alphan Group. It is my pleasure, therefore, to introduce Gerbiamas Yaglinskas. Goodbye.
All right. Well, good morning. A lot of friends, old and new. It's great to be back in the U.S. First time in LA, as I was saying, wonderful, wonderful city, and looking forward to getting to know both the community and the place. It is such an honor to be here at the Baltic-American Freedom League Conference. And really, what an incredible time to be here. The world seems to be spinning around faster and faster. I think what we see and feel in that part of the world, in our homeland part of the world, sometimes feel very different than probably somewhere else, being far away. But it's truly the pace of change. I think it does feel tectonic. Now, it does sometimes feel that we are in a, I would say, massive storm, and there's nothing to hold on to. It's just, you're in the eye of the hurricane and you're just flying there. But it's a scary feeling. But here, of course, in LA, together with Baltic brothers and sisters, I think we can feel that sense of unity, and I think that sense of unity is really what is important. I think for us to